This video is sponsored by Rocket Money. I shouldn't be doing this, right? I really shouldn't. This is just bait at this point. They knew me and all the other film blokes on YouTube were gonna eat this thing up, even though it's clearly a movie for children. I really should have just ignored it, but curiosity got the best of me. And you know what? I kind of deserve this one. I had this one coming. 5 minutes into the Minecraft movie, a Minecraft movie, I questioned if I should still be doing what I'm doing on the internet. We're in too deep now though, so let's unpack this thing. A Minecraft movie is the somewhat highly anticipated adaptation of the beloved video game Minecraft. Following the success of the Mario movie, Warner Brothers felt the need to hop on this video game trend fast, even attaching Jack Black to it. The film has a pretty by-the-books plot. Steve is trapped in the Minecraft world, 3 people from the real world are accidentally brought into it, and they must then work together with the help of Steve to get back home. Based on all this, you're probably thinking, I'm shocked this isn't premiering at the Cannes Film Festival. By the way, I'm going to Cannes this year, and to help save up for it, I want to get on top of my expenses. And well, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is an easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. As someone using a lot of streaming services to watch different movies and television shows, it's hard to keep track of what I'm even using these days, and Rocket Money helps with that. Once you connect your bank account, Rocket Money identifies all of your subscriptions in a single list. From there, you can select the ones you don't want anymore, and Rocket Money may be able to help you cancel it with just a few taps. In the process, you save a lot of money. Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. They've also helped customers save over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. That's a lot of money. Rocket Money will also automatically scan your bills to find savings. With just a couple of taps, Rocket Money can help negotiate your bills for you, from internet service to cable and phone bills. No need to worry about annoying customer service calls. Let the app's negotiators go to work for you and try to get the best possible rate. If you're like me, watching a lot of movies on a lot of different streaming services, you're probably going to want to give Rocket Money a chance. To try Rocket Money out today and unlock more features with premium, head to rocketmoney.com/Karsten or click the link in the video description. Now, if you couldn't tell by the way I was setting this thing up, it's hard not to talk about this without also mentioning the Mario movie and the fact that Jack Black is here. This is obviously a movie for children, and those kids couldn't care less about what I'm about to say, but I feel like even adults who aren't paying attention to the current state of the film industry could feel how desperate this was, at least from the outside. Whether or not it's a total stinker is up for debate, and I'll dive in shortly, but off the bat, before this even came out, I couldn't even pretend to care about this. That's how artificial it felt. I like Minecraft. I've played some Minecraft in my day. I didn't need to see this. The thing that makes this stand apart though, just slightly, is the fact that it's directed by Jared Hess, who, if you didn't know, directed one of my childhood favorites, Napoleon Dynamite. Hard not to think about that when this thing throws multiple Napoleon Dynamite references at you. Not unwelcomed, but so bizarre. I'm not caught up on other Hess films, but is he always doing this? Is this his thing? Is tater tots his trademark? His Spike Lee dolly shot? In some ways, I thought, oh, that's a sweet way of paying homage to your own career. Look at how far you've come. You're directing what'll easily be one of the top grossing films of the year. Let's look back on how it all started. But on the other hand, it just depressed me. It kept reminding me, like, how do you go from that to this? Jared Hess in general is a very hit or miss director. For example, he directed a fantastic animated short a few years ago that got nominated at the Oscars. But on the other hand, parts of his filmography and certainly aspects of this movie feel like a CEO or a tech person's interpretation of what a Wes Anderson movie is. What I'm trying to say is this movie starts with all these very symmetrical shots that seem to go after that indie vibe, you know, the kind of thing where if you show that shot, some people who have only seen like 5 movies a year are gonna go like, wait, maybe Minecraft movie is cinema, when really it's like, wake up, pal. They're clearly just going for the same appeal as Barbie, where they got you know, the indie art house director to direct the product movie, like how apparently Thunderbolts is an A24 style movie in vibes specifically. Like, what does that even mean, man? I'm kind of going off the rails here. Let's reel it in. I have to give a Minecraft movie this. It's very self-aware. It knows how stupid it is. Usually, especially recently, I've found that self-aware aspect to be pretty cheap and unenjoyable. I prefer it when the comedy writers are actually, well, trying. And this movie didn't really make me laugh all that much, but I do admire its sense of humor next to the soulless approach the Mario movie took. There actually seemed to be human people behind this thing who wanted to make a really entertaining movie about Minecraft. It's not my thing at all. It's made for children, but there is something charming about that, I have to admit. And while I'm on the positives, the acting here, I have to say, is a lot better than it should be. Everyone is hamming it up and committing so hard. They know this only works if they commit. Jack Black is obviously doing what he always does, but I also haven't seen him be this expressive in a while. Danielle Brooks is always so great to watch, though this is kind of an unfortunate career follow-up to her incredible performance in The Color Purple. Didn't think this is where we were going next. And Jason Momoa, who is clearly just doing a version of Rex from Napoleon Dynamite, by the way, is very fun to watch, I have to admit. I loved him in Dune. I thought he was underused in Aquaman, and this is proof that maybe he's just meant to be a sillier type of actor. He's very good at it. Wow, this is a very positive video so far. Don't worry. Don't think I haven't been stewing over a comment I received last week that said he's never beating the snob allegations. And don't think I'm beating those allegations today. Like I mentioned at the top of this video, it took a total of 5 minutes for me to realize I really didn't want to be watching this movie. And I really shouldn't have been watching this movie. It wasn't because it was particularly annoying, though maybe that had something to do with it. It's the fact that the concept dried up within those 5 minutes. I remembered all of a sudden what Minecraft was, that it doesn't have the kind of universe Mario had to work with, to make it an interesting film to follow. When I realized that Steve was really going to be our guy for the entire film, and that I didn't give a single fuck about Steve, I kind of had to settle in and start getting used to what I was watching. And I wasn't really crazy about what I was watching. Minecraft, unsurprisingly, suffers from the same issue as the Mario movie, but it's even more glaring here when I don't have the strong history with the material. That issue is relying too much on moments and Easter eggs. You do have to ask at a certain point if what you're watching counts as a movie, or if it's just a collection of scenes that are really just clippable 3-minute chunks that end up giving you that sweet satisfaction of seeing your favorite part of the game on the big screen. This formula works, don't get it twisted. I was won over to an extent by the Mario movie the first time I saw it because it was fun to see Mario Kart on the big screen, but on my second viewing of that film, I realized just how empty and dull it was. I got close to nothing out of the rewatch. Without that initial rush, there is nothing to grab onto, nothing to care about. In Minecraft, I felt that effect way sooner. What's so stupid is that this is like the most predictable review for this film ever. You don't even really have to see the damn thing to know that it's going to be full of Easter eggs and that it's probably going to be a pretty boring movie to watch because of that. So just imagine how boring it is to like watch this thing and realize that is what it is, that it does everything you feared it would do. That's why, again, I'm glad the film kind of surprised me by having fun with itself and including a lot more personality. And I'm sure that aspect is going to keep kids revisiting it throughout their lives to get that same kick. I have those movies from my childhood that I still find pretty silly, even if they're not the best thing in the world. One of them is actually Nacho Libre. Boy, am I lucky to have grown up on that and not this anyway. But that's the thing. As a kid's movie, as my weekly slop in the trough, this slop at least has some glitter on it, yes, but it's still slop. And again, they've always made slop. Slop has been around since the beginning of cinema, but damn did the slop used to kinda hit. Not to get all back in my day, but Jack Black used to be eating raw eggs before diving off a cliff. That was my slop, and that was peak entertainment for me as a child. The actors here are doing good work. They're pumping this thing with as much energy as possible, but it just gets depressing to think that peak entertainment for kids these days is just seeing the chicken jockey, which I'm just out of touch. The film is desperate to succeed, and it does to an extent succeed, but damn can I feel that desperation. It makes it a really depressing experience. Like I've said many times throughout the video though, at the end of the day, it's for kids and fans of Minecraft. It was just not made for me, and I shouldn't even be making this video to begin with. Those people will be satisfied by this. They're probably in the comments right now, calling me a snob, saying I'm not going to beat those allegations. All I'm trying to say through this video is I want better for this generation, you know? And there's stuff out there, don't get me wrong, but if this is the next trend, if this is the next kind of movie that's going to dominate screens for the next 10 years, boy, I might need to find a real job. And that's what I gotta say. Look at that, we got through it. Thanks for watching. Don't watch this if you're just some adult with no interest in Minecraft. I'm serious. If you walk away mad, that's your own fault. But form your own opinion. And you know what? I think I'm gonna see you in the next one.